You can leave your Mac at home and still put it to work. The feature that does it isn't the one you went looking for. Welcome to the Atlas. The thing you need is always on a computer you're not sitting at. This is how you reach it from your phone, set up once, used from anywhere. It's the same small defeat over and over. The number your boss wants is in a spreadsheet on your Mac and you're on a train. The deck is built from files in your drive and you're out at lunch. The bug you keep meaning to fix is one command away on a machine you're not in front of. The work is right there. You just aren't. What all three have in common is simple. The tools are on the computer, and you're not. That's the gap this closes. Watch them converge. Dispatch is one continuous conversation, reachable from your phone or your desktop, where you assign the task, and the desktop app does the real work on your machine, then messages you back the result. Not a chat window, not a remote screen. A radio to the machine that has your stuff. Take that first one. You're on a platform. Your manager needs last month's revenue off that sheet, plus a typo to fix. Hold on to that job. By the end, you'll watch it happen from your phone. The work stays on your Mac, the command fits in your pocket. Here's the whole mental model. One wrong assumption sends people chasing the wrong feature. 3 parts: a command surface, a worker, and a channel. The command surface is your phone, where you type the task. The worker is your Mac, where the files, the connectors, the logged-in apps actually live, and where the real work happens. And between them is one continuous thread that doesn't reset, so it always knows where you left off. Command, worker, channel, that's it. Now the trap. This is not the feature called remote control. They sound the same, and they are different jobs. Dispatch delegates, you hand off a new task, and it spins up the right session for you. Remote control is the other thing, taking the wheel of a session you already started from another device. Same direction, opposite move. One sends a fresh order to your Mac. The other grabs a session that's already running. Get that straight, and the rest is simple. You're not driving your Mac pixel by pixel. You're assigning work to it and getting results back. 5 things have to be true, and they're easy to get wrong in a way that makes the whole thing silently do nothing. Run the checklist first. The latest desktop app on Mac or Windows running and awake. The latest mobile app on your phone. A Pro or Max plan. The same account signed in on both. A live connection on each device. The one that bites people is the very first. The computer that does the work has to be awake, and the app has to be open. If it's asleep, there's nothing on the other end of the line. This is in beta on Pro and Max plans. The requirements aren't red tape. Each one is a wire in the chain that has to be connected for your phone to reach your desk. Get the 5 green, and the setup itself takes about 90 seconds. The setup is a short, fixed path. Do it once, on either device, and the thread shows up on both. Open Cowork. Click Dispatch in the left side panel. Click Get Started. Turn on 2 toggles, File Access, and keep your computer awake. Then click Finish Setup. That's the whole thing. From there, the conversation syncs across your phone and your desktop on its own. There's no device to pick. If the view looks empty, setup isn't finished yet. 2 of those toggles matter most. File Access lets it touch your files. Keep Awake lets it keep working after you walk away. One more switch live somewhere else. Letting it drive your apps directly, clicking and typing on your screen, is computer use, and you turn that on yourself in Settings, under General. It's off by default, on purpose. Setup done. You never do it again. From here, you message tasks. When you send a task, the assistant doesn't just answer it. It figures out what kind of work this is and spins up the right session to do it. That routing is the engine. Watch our train job land. It enters the one persistent thread, then hits a simple question. What kind of work is this? The summary half is knowledge work, so it stays in Cowork. The typo and the pull request are development work, so they run in a code session. You can also ask for a code session directly. Either way, that session shows up with a dispatch badge so you always know where it came from. Here's the part that changes how it feels. It messages you the outcome, the spreadsheet, the memo, the pull request, not every step along the way. It's less like driving a machine and more like handing work to a colleague. You describe the result, it routes the work, does it, and reports back. One more thing falls out of this. Because it's a single thread, the next task already knows the last one's context, but it also means there's exactly one conversation and no second thread to spin up. What's worth handing off? The pattern is anything where the inputs live on your computer and you want a finished thing back. 6 everyday jobs. Pull data from a local spreadsheet and get a summary report. Search your messages and your email and get a briefing drafted. Build a formatted deck from files in your drive. Organize a messy folder. Drive an app that has no other way in. Or set a task once to run on a schedule every morning, every Friday, and it handles it from then on. All of it reuses the connectors and file access you already set up. There's nothing new to configure for your phone. It keeps a memory of what you've worked on and how you like things done, which you can view, edit, or delete whenever you want. 2 of those 6 are more powerful and a little sharper edged than the rest, driving your apps and acting on a schedule. The next 2 minutes are about exactly those. When the assistant drives your apps directly, clicking, typing, moving the mouse, that's computer use. It is on purpose, the last tool it reaches for, not the first. Follow the ladder down. It tries the most precise tool it has. If there's a connector for the service, it uses that. If the job is a shell command, it runs the command in a sandbox. If it's browser work, it uses the browser. Only if none of those fit does it fall back to controlling the screen. The app rules enforce that. Browsers are view only, it can see them, not touch. Terminals and code editors are click only, it can click, but not type. Screen control is reserved for what nothing else can reach. Unlike that sandbox command tool, computer use has no sandbox. It runs on your actual desktop, and it can see whatever is on your screen. That ladder is a safety design. The more precise the tool, the smaller the blast radius. That raises the one question this whole feature turns on. Here's what to be honest about. You've connected an agent on your phone to an agent on your desktop. Instructions from your pocket can now trigger real actions on your computer, reading, moving, or deleting files, using your connected services, opening your browser, driving your apps. That's the power. It's also the risk. A manipulated instruction, an unexpected command, or a phishing link opened in your browser could cascade into actions that are difficult or impossible to undo. Before you connect these 3 checks. Trust every app and service in the chain. Understand what files and accounts are reachable. Know how to disconnect or revoke access fast. Delete still ask first, and you should review anything sensitive before you say yes. The posture is the real point. The rule isn't don't use it. The rule is set it up comfortable with what it could do, not just what you meant it to do. A worker that can touch everything is exactly as useful and as risky as that sounds. Know the chain, fence it, and you get the upside with the blast radius you chose. Let's make it concrete. You're on the platform, train in 4 minutes. Your manager needs last month's revenue number, and that typo in the project's README file is still bugging you. You open the thread on your phone and you type. From the Q3 sheet on my Mac, pull last month's revenue into a 1-page summary. And open a code session, fix the README typo, then open a pull request. Watch what happens on the other end. The router reads 2 jobs in 1 message. The summary goes to Cowork. The fix goes to a code session. There's its dispatch badge. Both spin up on your real machine, side by side, while your train is still pulling in. Then it pauses. To write that summary file, it needs a yes. Your phone buzzes. Allow this for the session. You tap approve right there on the platform. A minute later, the thread hands you 2 things. A finished spreadsheet with a download arrow. A link to the pull request it opened. You download the file before the doors close. That's the whole feature in one run. Command from your phone. Real work on your Mac. A single yes when it mattered. Results back in the thread. You never opened the laptop. Notice the guardrail did its job. The one action that touched a file asked first, and you answered from your pocket. 5 things quietly break this, and every one is a quick fix once you know it. First, if the Mac is asleep or the app is closed, nothing runs, and that includes your scheduled tasks. Keep it awake and keep the app open. Second, there's exactly 1 thread. No second conversation to spin up. Continuity is the trade you're making. Third, a session you started yourself in a terminal isn't something this drives. Terminals are click only, and Dispatch spins up its own sessions. It doesn't take over yours. Fourth, in a dispatch triggered session, app permissions don't last forever. They expire after 30 minutes and ask again. Fifth, the big one, this is not remote control. That's the separate feature for steering a session you already started. None of these is a flaw. Each one is the shape of the feature. Know the 5, and this goes from sometimes it doesn't run to something you rely on. The whole thing in 5 cards. What it is: one thread, your phone commands, your Mac works. Setup, open Cowork, click Dispatch, get started, turn on file access and keep awake, finish. How it routes development to a code session, knowledge work to Cowork, results in the thread. What it does: reports, briefings, decks, folder work, driving apps, schedules. The chain, real actions on one text, trust it, fence it, know how to revoke. Command from your pocket. Real work on your Mac. That's dispatch, end to end. The work stays on your Mac, the command fits in your pocket. If this made the feature click, subscribe to AI Tech Book. Next up, computer use, end to end. How the assistant drives the apps that have no other way in.